Once you get into a sliding fifth wheel, you learn your lesson. You have to listen, you have to read the instructions of the manufacturer. And that is exactly the place where I got my fifth wheel jammed, because it has rust, as you see. That rust have to be removed by WD-40. The accident happened when you, by mistake, you apply the air pressure and you forgot that the fifth wheel is not locked. So you drive on the highway with unlocked slider, it gets jammed. Jammed means you have to use a hammer to relieve it. So before we do that, I have to do what the manufacturer say. I have to make sure it is loose. Here it looks okay, it looks loose, but there is no rust. Here there is no rust. That surface is rough, which means one side can be slower than the other side, and the fifth wheel will be jammed in this direction, and you cannot release it. And when you pull or you brake on the highway, that trailer comes hitting you so hard or running away from you. And as you see, when you have the grease on the edge, means the driver before you did not lower the fifth wheel when he got under the trailer. If you don't lower the fifth wheel, all that grease will be removed from the fifth wheel to the edge of the trailer. So you're not using the grease for the purpose it's supposed to be used for. The fifth wheel can be damaged, destroyed, if you hit hard or you hit the trailer. And you are not going to see the damage in front of you. First, I needed to make sure that rust is not going to hurt me if I make a mistake. The first thing you have to do to make sure everything is working right. So I put the heavy duty gloves to do some tests with my own hands. That's what the manufacturer wants you to do. Can you lift it? Yes, you can lift it with your own hand. Okay, it is loose from here. When you look under, this airbag is deflated. So all of them are deflated now. I needed to turn the truck on and activate the pneumatic piston to pull the latches. One latch is here, one latch is here. You can look at with your eyes now to make sure that you see the position before you activate the pneumatic piston. The position means the latches are in the grooves. In means pushing to the outside this way, and that one is pushing that way. The tractor is running. The airbags are deflated. This is a mistake you make. If you push here by mistake, that is the slider of the fifth wheel. That is lock, and let's unlock. We're going to unlock it. I hear the crack outside. Let us see what happened to the latches. Yes, 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 yes. The latches are pulled out. You see, that is one right here. It is 2 inches out. And that's one right here. Right here where? Look at my finger. This is one and this is the other one. So the latches are pulled out. If you look at the spring, it's retracted. Retracted means squeezed in. So now you're supposed to move this in and out with your hand. Can I do that? The latches are out on both sides. If you pull with your hands, can you move that freely? No, it doesn't take hands. It takes something more than that. You have to slam it against the king pin. If you slam it against the king pin, it's going to get loose. I'm going to keep it that way and go under the king pin and make sure it can go front and back. How do you know what is front, what is back? We are going to look at this space right here. This is back. That fifth wheel is back. In the front, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I go under the trailer, I need this one to go front and back smoothly without getting jammed. So I will take it under the trailer to test the mobility of the slider with the pneumatic piston retracted. Just put it down first. It is down. The airbags are deflated. This is the beginning of the test. This is the camera in front or the phone. And we are going to slide back with the latches retracted. How do you know retracted? From this side, from this hole, you can look at the spring, it is tight. That spring right there, it is compressed. If you look at here, you have grease here, you have no grease here. So we need to have some grease. So the air pressure is 0 because I'm away from the trailer. The airbags are deflated and the slider, the fifth wheel slider is unlocked. So we're going to go back until we touch the trailer. Go under it. This is enough. Inflate the airbags. Look at the pressure. That is a loaded trailer because it's over 30. So now we lock it, go back, lock it slowly. So we don't destroy anything. Slow, slow, slow. Is it okay? We locked it. If we pull it forward, it's going to pull the fifth wheel. before, because the fifth wheel is not locked. Let's see now before we pull it forward. The bolt of the spring is in, which means you are locked. But the fifth wheel already slid all the way to the front, which is good. What is not good, I wanted to go back and I wanted to lock it. Look at how many notches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I needed to pull forward. The landing gear is up, so I can pull forward. I don't need to put the hoses now because I'm just working on the fifth wheel. I need to pull forward. That is pulling the frame under the fifth wheel. The fifth wheel is now locked to the trailer. I only need to pull forward very slowly. Yes, perfect, perfect. That looks good. So far, it looks good. Now the fifth wheel is all the way to the back. All I need now is to lock it. Once you get into an accident with the fifth wheel, you learn your lesson. You start listening to every detail in the manufacturer instruction. We locked the fifth wheel. We are going to pull forward first. Forward. Then we are going to try to go backward to see if it's locked. And that is the most critical part now. Reverse. Yes. Yes. Yes again. So it is locked tight. Tight. How tight is it? Time will tell. You can be screwing up badly here. Turn everything off and we'll make sure that things are working. Of course, I have a sense I succeeded. I tugged it 3 times. I got the fifth wheel all the way in the back. I tugged it a few times. I can see some grease coming out, some glistening. You look at here, some grease from the previous time. Removed the rust. The rust is now removed because we lubricated about a month ago. So now everything looks good. So the fifth wheel is slidable, can be sliding and can be slided, can be locked, and we have no problem of jamming it. This is a different kind of fifth wheel. Look at the side, doesn't have you can lock it and unlock it from It does have a latch inside, but you have to do it manually. To lock and unlock, yes, it does have. If you look inside, you can see the pneumatic piston. So you can slide it pneumatically by air, but you cannot release the kingpin by air because it doesn't have a piston for the kingpin. That's enough. It has enough grease on it. Now I learned something. From here, when you look at the spring, it is extended, means it is locked. I mean the slider is locked, not the kingpin, not the jaws. The slider is locked. If you look from the front, I also learned something. If you look from here, in the bottom, the spring, the horizontal spring, is extended, means there is a space between every ring of the spring, the helix. I will unlock it and show you the difference. Right now the latches are locked in. Here you look at the side, you have a piston, pneumatic piston for the kingpin release and the pneumatic piston for the latches of the slider. This is different from the other fifth wheel. This is more advanced. If you look at these two circular grooves around it, that is to retain as much grease as possible in case of you scrub it all. You have and you have other slots horizontally to keep the grease in case of you swipe it with the trailer. If you look from here, you have some grooves that retain the grease. We're going to grease it now. This is a very filthy job. Here the grease can come on every part of your body. If you don't grease it, it gets hot and it makes the steering difficult. Make the steering very difficult. When it gets hot in summer, the trailer can catch fire. If the driver is not that sophisticated about thermodynamics, if you don't know that friction generates heat and the heat causes fire, you can burn your entire truck. This is this side. Oh. inflating the airbags here with the kingpin close to the jaws is a very risky business. You have to make sure that when the kingpin and the airbags are inflated, you don't ruin the fifth wheel. As you see, there is a layer of air, there is a separation between the fifth wheel and the trailer, and the airbags are deflated. The airbags are deflated. So before I hook it, before I do a final hook, I have to make sure that the kingpin won't damage anything. I have to make sure that the airbags can lift the trailer before I hook to it. We do not want to damage the fifth wheel during the inflation process. We just see that will work. Airbags were deflated, not inflated. It's supposed to be a loaded trailer, so the pressure should go over 20, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay, that's 7. That means it's loaded. I see now this. The fifth wheel is lifting it. Yeah, so we were able to lift it by the airbags. The kingpin is free. Yeah, the kingpin is free, so we are not going to damage it now if we lock it in that position. Let us lock it. Hit, click. Just pull it. It did lock. Hopefully no damage. Is it locked? Yeah, it's locked.